Hi folks, down on the Wingman 115 channel. Today we're going to talk about the relevancy of Springer air pistols. Been around for a very long time. Today we're going to focus on the Weihrauch HW70. This is their classic model. And then the Black Arrow. This is their model that employs optics. Both of these we're going to deep dive into. But first I'm going to do a quick specs rundown. I'm going to show you up close these air guns. We'll do some testing, then we'll punch some paper, and as always we'll bring it right back here. Folks, you're not going to want to miss this video. Air guns, you're here with me. The video starts now. £2, 0.4 ounces. 1 pound, 12 ounces. I'm going to shoot an 8-shot string with the Black Arrow. The Black Arrow, excuse the noise in the back, seems like every time I hit record they fire up something here in the neighborhood. But we're going to shoot a 5-shot group off the bench, kind of give you guys an idea how well this air gun will shoot. And this with the Diabolo Basics. They're a 7-grain wad cutter. I found that they work really well with this platform. One more. We're going to shoot the HW70 off the bench, kind of see if we can get the best group, give you a good idea how this gun will shoot. I'm using Diabolo Basics. They're 7-grain. They work really great, they're affordable, and they shoot well in this platform. These air guns are just fun to shoot. Had to bring the operation inside. Couldn't compete with the air blowers and the trash trucks out there. So apologies are in order on that. Let's cut into the specs now. Both these air guns are the same, yet a little bit different. And it's only going to be in length and weight. Other than that, same power plant and all that good stuff. So let's take it from the top. We're going to start out with the basic model. This is the HW70. It is 12.8 inches long, whereas the Black Arrow is 14.3 inches long. They have the same barrel length of 6.3 inches long, both in a 177 caliber. The 70 weighs 2.4 pounds. The Black Arrow weighs 2.6 pounds. They're both advertised at shooting 440 feet per second. Your mileage is going to vary on that. And I found that doing these reviews over the years that a lot of air companies use alloyed pellets to achieve that. Everybody wants to church up their numbers a little bit. This was pretty consistent though. I was really impressed with the base model 70. We were shooting an average of 382. With the Black Arrow, I was shooting an average of 401.2. Now, I've had more trigger time with the Black Arrow and with these springers. If you've had any at all, you know that it takes time to break these air guns in. I'm lucky if I have maybe 300 pellets through the Black Arrow and maybe 150, 200 pellets through the base model 70. I can only expect that these are going to get better. They're really consistent, and that's what I'm looking for. Whether it's target shooting, sport shooting, just plinking around in the back, you want consistency. You want to be the problem with your groups. You don't want the air gun to be. And in this case, the air gun worked flawlessly in regards to groups. Now, let's talk about that. This is the HW70, and it grouped really well. Now, granted, I'm not shooting optics with that, and we're shooting 10 meter, but all five in the black, not bad. I'm happy with that. The Black Arrow, just amazing. 5-shot group right there. And that's on camera with all you guys watching me shoot. When you're just in the backyard plinking, having fun, trust me, these groups get a lot tighter. So just a great shooting air gun. Let's talk about the stocks on both these air guns. The HW70 has a black synthetic stock, and it is ambidextric. You can shoot it right or left-handed, has a pronounced thumb ramp on both sides, and it's very ergonomic. I found that if you have medium to large hands, this gun is going to work really good for you. If you have really tiny doll hands, then it may be an issue. But for me, it indexed really fine, felt really good in the hand, and as we can see, they shoot really well. Now, the Black Arrow has this beautiful, almost like a faux wood synthetic, and I don't know how they do that over at Weihrauch. In their Skunk Works program, they got some secret ingredient to be able to do this, but it is just beautiful how that looks. And it just looks like a great sporting pistol as well. Now, both these air guns have a automatic safety. When you cycle the barrel down and cock it, it's going to automatically cycle that safety. Now, on some air guns, I'm not a huge fan of safeties. If you're competitive shooting and such, there's really no need for a safety. It's just going to get in the way and it's going to mess up your shot cycle. But on the sporting pistols where you're plinking around, where you may be teaching adolescents and new people coming into the sport, I think that it's a good idea to have some form of safety on there. That way you don't have a negligent discharge and somebody wind up getting hurt. And it also reinforces the fundamentals of good gun safety. Let's talk about sights and optics. First, on the HW70, has a fixed front sight that's hooded, and then you have an adjustable rear sight that has windage and elevation. Now, when I sight my air guns in on this little 10-meter range that I have in the back, I sight them to where my front sight is just right underneath the black rings of the 7-ring on a 10-meter target. The reason I do that is that, one, I'm able to index really well with the black on white sight. I'm able to see it. I'm able to tell elevation and side to side. If I go straight on going for the bull, then it's black on black. If you have different conditions outside, you're not going to be able to see it. It's going to throw off your whole shot cycle. So that's my reasoning for doing that. Now, with the Black Arrow, you have the choice to put optics on there. You have an 11mm rail. This one, I chose to put the Weihrauch scope on there. It's a 2x20, indexes really well, has great eye relief, and as you can see from the target, the optics work really well. So it's a great combo. Now, later on, I might mess around and put a small competitive red dot on there just to play around and see how it's going to shoot. But first off, I want to get a few hundred rounds in here just to dial it in before I start changing everything. Let's talk about the trigger. Both these guns have a 2-stage trigger, worked really well, and you have the opportunity to adjust it. It has an adjustment grub screw right by the trigger, and you have the opportunity to either increase or decrease the trigger pull. When it came from AOA, it was setting at about 3.5 pounds, which if you're going to be training kids and new shooters, I would highly recommend that. But for me, it's mostly me shooting, and I'm just doing target practice and plinking in the backyard. I lowered it down and I was getting under 2 pounds or close to 2 pounds with the Black Arrow, and I got under 2 pounds with the base model HW70. And I could probably go just a little bit lower. I didn't want to do that right now. I just wanted to get the feel of the air gun and see how it was going to perform. But the trigger breaks just like glass. The cocking effort on both these air guns wasn't bad. It felt like it was around the 20-poundish range. It's a lot easier with the muzzle brake than it is with the hooded sight because you have just a little bit extra room and leverage on there. But it wasn't a deal breaker on either one of these air guns. And the way that it has the ball bearing detent, it fits secure, it indexes every time, and I didn't have an issue with that. So I've had a lot of people bring up the question since I've been doing a lot of YouTube shorts and such, that is this technology still relevant in the realm of multi-pump pneumatics and CO2 and PCP? And I want to say yes, now more than ever. I think that they're still relevant. I think that there's a place for a lot of these classic air guns. The Weihrauch is right up there with it. This air gun has been a test of time. It's been around for a very long time, and it's also branded under the Beeman brand. It's just old school technology that just keeps getting better and better. And Weihrauch builds a lot of quality into these air guns. And yeah, they may be a little bit pricey. You're going to pay in that close to $300 range. But let's think about this. It's going to be something that you're going to be able to use for a very long time. And you have to look at the value of something. So when I pulled the trigger and purchased both these air guns, I'm looking at long-term air gun fun with family, with friends, plinking around in the backyard and having those memories that are priceless. So if it's something that you're looking for, this may be something for you. Let's talk a little bit about Air Guns of Arizona. Now, I purchased both these air guns from AOA. AOA didn't sponsor this video. They have sponsored videos in the past, and I am grateful for that. But I also like supporting companies that have great customer service and that are promoting great products. And here's one of the things that I wanted to show you folks. AOA sent basically a test of this air gun before it left the shop. They did a 5-shot, 20-yard group with this. They threw it on the cranny, and they tested everything out to make sure that what they're sending out is a quality product. Nothing is worse than purchasing something, you get it and it doesn't work as advertised. So they go above and beyond right there, no extra charge, to be able to vet out any lemons so they don't get sent out and used by the general public. So that was a great little feature in their customer service. So if you're looking for an air gun, and this isn't a sales pitch because I don't care if you buy these air guns or not, but if you're looking for an air gun, if you're looking for good customer service, check out Air Guns of Arizona. I'm telling you, you're going to be happy with the service and the products that they sell and provide. In closing, I'm going to leave you with this. To all the haters out there that think 177 caliber is irrelevant or break barrel springers are irrelevant, too bad. There's something for everyone in this sport. We shouldn't be throwing shade at folks just because they're not using the same product that you're using. This is a community, and a community is all together with many different genres, many different people. And I embrace that here on the channel. We're going to be showcasing more of these air guns. We're going to be doing head-to-head shootouts with other air guns, going up against these air guns. So with that, folks, I want to thank you very much for watching. And as always, folks, we'll see you on the next video. Now get out and use your gear, folks.